Hey guys, I'm Matt Doyle, and the reason that I'm doing this video is because I feel very compelled to continue to spread the beautiful message that it gets better. And I know some of you know that I've spoken out about bullying in the past, and that's a very important issue to me, and I have been so inspired by the outcry from so many people who will no longer tolerate this kind of behavior or allow tragic events like the recent suicides to happen again. And the reason I feel so deeply connected to this issue is that when I was 13, I was suicidal as a result of bullying. And my story is very typical. I came from a large school and moved into a smaller school, and I came from a school where I had a great group of friends and everybody just called me artistic and creative, and then all of a sudden I was with a group of boys that had all known each other since they were in kindergarten, and there were about 12 of them, and I didn't relate to any of them, and I didn't really want to be completely honest. I thought they were pretty mean, and as a result I was a victim of pretty severe bullying, and I was called a faggot every day that I walked into school, or some other brilliant name that they had come up with at the time, and I was beaten with textbooks, I was thrown into dumpsters, I was just taunted for absolutely every little thing that I said, and it was completely exhausting, and when you have a group of people telling you every day that you are ugly and worthless and should be ashamed of yourself, you're going to start to believe that you are ugly and worthless and should be ashamed of yourself. And I was chubby and had braces, and the rest of them all looked like they were out of some bad Disney pilot, but I wasn't aware that I was awkward until people started telling me how awkward I was, and as a result I became so self-conscious that I started just judging everything that came out of my mouth as well, and then it made things even worse. I became even more awkward. It was like a vicious cycle, and I was just so afraid of them being right, and I every time I tried to be like them, I was called a poser, and they'd steal the skateboard that I bought and beat me up on the way home. It was exhausting. And I have to say that the most appalling part was not just the people bullying me, because, they were pretty troubled kids, looking back on it now. It was that the faculty all turned a blind eye to it. And I really do believe that it's a teacher's responsibility to end this kind of behavior and not look away, because I know that there is this belief that, well, he's the awkward one now and he's dealing with this now, but when he gets to high school or college it will be better for him, or he'll succeed so much more than them because he doesn't even realize it yet, that how much more he has to offer. And that's exactly the point. We don't realize when we're 12 or 13 and we're being told every day how worthless we are, that we have so much more to offer. And I didn't believe in that. And I remember the day that I hit rock bottom was PE class. I was standing in the middle of the group, and one by one, every one of the boys that taunted me just took turns spitting on me. And I looked directly into my PE teacher's eyes, and in my own way was just pleading for help, that he would call them out at least. And he turned away. And I was so defeated in that moment, and I went home crushed, and I went home and went to a place that I know now I'll never go back to, and very thankfully my mother was there help me, and 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 really was my savior through that process, and made me believe again that I had self-worth and that I had so much more to offer. So I decided to fight, and I decided to search for a community of my own, a community that would understand me, and I found community theater, and I discovered acting and singing and my passion, and I latched onto it as hard as I could, and I didn't let go, and I found people who thought I was cool and respected me, and I respected them, and you know, by the time I got to high school, it was like, screw you. I just started to own myself, and as soon as I started doing that, I started to have a lot of fun too, and you know, I look back now on those events, and I'm actually pretty grateful for them. And as horrible as they were, I'm so much stronger as a result. And I latched onto my passion and latched onto who I was and what I believed in, and my dreams. And my dreams were to come to New York and be on Broadway and be an actor and do film and television. And I'm 23, and I've been in 2 Broadway shows, and I've done film and TV, and you know, but success aside, I've also found love and happiness and friendship and every day, and reminded that it gets better, because yeah, there's highs and lows all the time, but my gosh, I know now that there's always something around the corner, and always something to live for. And I just need to tell anyone who's watching this video that if you've dealt with any of these things, that you have an abundance of love to look forward to, and that you are so beautiful, and that you have so much self-worth. And if you look in the mirror and believe any of the things that they're telling you, stop now, because it's wrong. It's their own insecurities, and you cannot let it defeat you. You have to keep fighting, because you will discover so much to live for, and you have so much to offer, and I want to get to know you. It might be cheesy, but I promise you, life is good. It's really, really good.